spin. Here's what we're spinning. Moving right along. We're gonna learn a new technique. This is kind of cool. It's called disidentification. Okay. Is that where I was going to go with this? It is now. All right. So, within each and every one of us are personas, identities that we have. So we might have, like, when David was overweight, there was the Glutton David. You know, there was this part of my personality or facet of my personality that at certain moments in certain contexts, the glutton came out. And I would just hoard myself and become fat and lazy and slavish. Then we have parts of us that are more noble, you know, like the healer David, right? And there's the warrior David, the martial artist David, right? And then there's the, you know, the lover David. And you know, anything you can name about yourself, you have a co-personality or a sub-self, depending on which system you're pulling from. From neuroscience, they call them sub-selves. Russian autogenics calls them co-personalities. So these are parts of yourself that are like little, think of it as a benign level of multiple personality. Right? They're neurological subroutines that run, and they have kind of a sentience to them. A set of perceptual filters, and when those contexts are activated, they run, and you become that person. Right? For most of us, they're operating completely outside of conscious awareness. We have no idea they're going on, and therefore we are powerless to do anything about it. However, by moving through the gateway, through the looking glass of hypnosis and trance work, we can begin to reallocate the energetic components that power these sub-selves. We can take energy from one aspect of our persona and transfer it to another so that that part becomes bigger while the other part diminishes. Okay? So the metaphor that we use to do this is we create this garden. And we go into the garden, and there are these statues. Each one, in various sizes and shapes, represents some aspect of ourself, a co-personality or a sub-self that we have. As we move through the garden, we begin to notice that each of these statues or figurines or effigies that represent that persona has a glow to it. And that glow is based on the amount of energy that sub-self has to run. And at the base of the sub-self, at the base of the effigy, is what looks like a battery pack. And while moving through the garden, we can look at the sub-selves, and there's a little plaque that tells us what each one is. Maybe it's the glutton David, and the coward David, and the fighter David, and the cheater David, right? And we can move through, and we can look at the aspects of our personality and decide which ones to put more energy in and which ones to take the energy out of. And just like we can slide a portable hard drive into a slot in our computer, we can go over and we can pull the battery pack out of, like, say, the glutton David, the one that just constantly overeats. And we can plug that into the healthy David, the fitness David, or the part of, and see it energize and grow bigger and stronger, more vibrant, while this one diminishes and shrinks down and crumbles to dust. And we can physically walk through and reallocate the energy so that parts of our personality become amplified, parts of our personality become diminished, according to our desires, our behaviors, and the subsequent behaviors and perceptions generated by those sub-selves diminishes. Does that make sense? Right? So the whole idea is to move through that garden, or this whatever it is. Could be the gray room. You could be back in your gray room and you see all these statues, and you just walk through plugging shit in. And if there's a personality or a sub-self you really don't like, throw the fucking fire. Right? Again, you can mix and match these constructs because they're an interface that your unconscious understands. The more fully you absorb, focus, and vivify the process, the more impact it has on the system, the more pervasive the change. Does that make sense? Okay. So Charles, come on up here. You're going to stay standing up nice and strong like a bull. I want you to, no matter how deep in the trance you go now, your feet will remain strong beneath you. Is that okay? Right. I will guide you through a process, and you will have an amazing experience. Would you like to have this process now? Trust them. Would you like to be hypnotized?
Yes.
Would you like to be hypnotized by me?
Yes.
Excellent. Take a deep breath in. Let that breath out. Deeper and deeper with every breath you take. Every beat of your heart travels. Let your body relax. Going deep into a state with which you become intimately familiar. A state of relaxation. A state of rapid understanding, awareness, and learning. A state that allows you to begin to make positive changes, to reallocate your own internal resources so that you can have more control in your life, more freedom, more passion, more pleasure, more of the things you want that make your life worthwhile. By your standards and definitions, as you follow my instructions and obey my commands, your ability to have all of these things will simply grow, expand, become more empowered. Your life will change subtly and maybe not so subtly, depending on how rapidly you experience change now. Now in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to focus all of your attention on the lids of your eyes. And I want you to begin to relax your eyelids so fully, so completely. Make them so completely relaxed that you couldn't actually open them without putting tension back into them. And when you know that they're now relaxed, just give them a little tap just to be sure. Perfect. Just now test. Let the relaxation flow from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Deeper and deeper with every breath you take, and every beat of your heart shows your body is just awash in relaxation. You just feel the tension draining away. And in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to pick up your left hand. But the fingers of my right hand, I don't want you to help me or hinder me in any way. In fact, I just want you to let that hand drop to your side only at the rate and speed that you can double, maybe even triple or quadruple this level of physical relaxation. Want it to happen, expect it to happen. Enjoy the process of allowing it to happen. Loosening, that's right, just like that, releasing out. Deeper you relax. Each and every time I drop that hand, 10 times more relaxed. More like a loose, limp, wet noodle. That's right, you're doing fantastic. Excellent. My congratulations to your unconscious mind for following the instructions and obeying the commands. Life only gets better for you from this moment on. Now in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to open and close your eyes. Each and every time you close your eyes, I want you to double, triple, quadruple. Let your unconscious mind really come out to play. Go 100 times deeper. Open your eyes. Deep sleep all the way down. Deeper and deeper down. Deep sleep all the way down. Deeper and deeper down. Deep sleep all the way down. You're doing fantastic, Charles. I'm very proud of you. Now in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to use an amazing imagination of yours. I want you to imagine with me right now beside you that we're standing in front of the gate to a beautiful garden. Now, everybody has their own idea of beauty. I have mine, you have you. But as you look at this garden, if you were to design the perfect place of solitude, of serenity, of a place where you could actually get in touch with yourself in new ways, if you could design it, this would be the perfect garden for you. And as you look around in that perfect garden, from outside the gate, you can see what look like statues. And some are in different sizes and shapes, and they all move and behave with an inner glow, a glow that radiates an energy and a radiance that lets you know how much energy is stored and being utilized by that system. So in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to take you by the arm just like this. We're going to step inside the gate. We're just going to walk inside. As we walk inside, we notice that there are statues, and each of these statues is of various sizes and shapes. Some are very small and very dim. Some are very big and very bright. And you notice as you look at each of these statues, they all have a little battery pack at the base. One that can be inserted, it's almost like the battery packs in a camcorder where you just click it into place and it fires up. Now you'll notice that some of these have little plaques that tell you what they are. And some are aspects of your personality that are positive, Others are aspects of your personality that they're not so positive. And what I want you to do now is I want you to reach out and I want you to touch one of the aspects of your personality, or one of those personality statues that represents a great, wonderful, powerful, strong aspect of yourself, something that makes you feel you're very proud of, you enjoy very much. Reach out and touch it and feel the electricity, the ripple of the intensity just flowing into you, and you can feel that part of you becoming better and brighter and stronger as that part activates within you. You can sense that. That's right. Let it just flow. Let it just saturate your body and mind. Take a few minutes to really enjoy that so you can understand the power and experience it for yourself, so you can calibrate the difference. And when you're ready, I want you to reach out and find an aspect of yourself that isn't quite so positive, something that you, if you could take the energy out of it and put it somewhere that's more useful, you might want to do that. Reach out and just touch one so you know where it's at. Notice where in your body you feel it. And then when you're ready, I want you to reach down into the base and pull the battery pack out. Just pull it out. You can feel it just draining away. And that part of you just begins to go dim. It begins to drain away. That there's no energy left to sustain it. And in your hand, you feel this energy. You feel this power in the battery. And you realize that you now have that energy to use for whatever you want to use it for. And so you look around and you find aspects of your personality that you really, really like, that really, really work for you. You notice that by each of the statues are extra battery slots. And when you find one that you really, really enjoy, that you really want to have more of, just walk over and click that battery right into that spot. All of a sudden, a color fires through your body. It begins to spin bigger and brighter, and that part of your personality amplifies and grows. It spins faster and faster. It permeates all throughout your mind, all throughout your body, and you see the world differently as this part of your personality becomes 100 times stronger, supported, amplified, magnified by that energy. And you feel amazing. You feel incredible. And it only gets better. Every time your heart beats, it doubles and triples in size and strength. Doubles and triples in intensity, rewiring your entire internal environment in such a way that you only feel better about yourself. You feel more empowered, more capable, more of everything you ever wanted to do. And once you realize how simple this process is, how profound the changes it makes, you can begin by, you can stay in one place, the statues will come to you in the order and sequence that you want to change. You can find the things that don't serve you. You'll find the things that have held you back, aspects of your persona or personality that you want less of. You can pull the battery packs out, and you can slam those battery packs into the parts of you that you want more of. And you can feel it. You can feel the spin. You can feel all of those systems coming online, becoming more activated, more empowered in every way. So just reach out, grab those batteries, and reallocate those resources in a way that you like who you are. Realizing that each and every time you do those behaviors, you pull the energy out of, have less and less hold over you, and you're free. Yeah, that's right. Enjoy it. Physically reach out, pop out the battery pack, slam it back in. Notice the change. That's it. You can enjoy it. Yeah. You may notice your body shifting and changing because your nervous system is rewiring, changing your perception. Yeah, that's good. There you go. Reach in. He's having a good time over here. Reach in. Find that self that you want. Hammer. Yes. Feel yourself grow 10 times taller, 10 times broader, taking up 10 times more space, seeing the world from this new perspective, this new persona, realizing you have power. You have control. You're free in a whole new way because you've learned how you work. You do. So just go through and make sure if there's anything else you want to change, just pop the batteries out, reallocate them, put them back in, feel the rush, feel the energetics of it. Realize this happened. When you know you're done, up. Where's it going to go? By the way, if there's something you've already energized but you want more, yeah. They should bottle this shit, right? But you don't need to bottle it because you have an endless supply. There's always more. Realize the change. Yes. Go for it. Where's it going to go, brother? There you go. When you know it's done, sit back, take a deep breath in, bathe yourself in all those radiances. Feel the changes cementing into place. Feel what was ever old gone. The new you remains. Energized. Synergized. In a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. Now realize you can come back here anytime you want, Charles, just by utilizing the trance processes you've been taught, by stepping into that, pulling out the batteries, putting them where they belong, and you can customize this any way you want, anytime you want. It just works that way for you. In a moment. If there's one more, go ahead, grab it real quick. We'll do it. Good? In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. In a moment, when you reach number 5, you'll emerge from the state, bring all of these transformations with you, thinking and acting differently, perceiving the world from a different place, realizing change is easy when you know the right weapon, the right methods. 1, feel yourself returning to this place we call reality, bringing with you a brand new reality, a brand new set of personalities, filters, and understandings about the way the world works and the way you work in a way that you can always change and control. That's my gift to you for being such a great subject, following my instructions, obeying my commands. 2, all of my suggestions from me to your unconscious mind, 10,000 times more powerful than ever before, only getting stronger each and every day for as long as your heart continues to beat, for as long as your lungs continue to pump oxygen into your body and out, you're only getting better in every way. Number 3, Charles, there's always at least 3 ways to overcome any situation, obstacle, or circumstance that you may face. Always at least 3 solutions to any problem you need to solve, and your other than conscious mind will now generate those solutions in the quickest, easiest, most effective way for the good of yourself and all concerned. And every time you implement one of those solutions, you'll get this rush of pleasure deep inside that wells up inside of you. That pleasure just getting stronger and stronger with every breath, every beat of your heart. That's your unconscious reward for taking action, for a job well done. Each time you do, it's 10 times stronger than the time before. Your body, your mind, your spirit, all just getting better and better and better. Number 4, because it's all for you, Charles. You made the investment. You've done the work. You followed the instructions, obeyed the commands. You deserve the rewards. And it's true for you now. On the next count, you can emerge from the state only at the rate and speed that you unconsciously know that you've got it, and you consciously realize you're different now. And you can only remember this way from now on. Only ways that make your life better. More of what you want, more of what you desire. By your standards and definitions, you are only becoming more of what you choose to be. Number 5, take your time. Come on back. Round of applause. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Garden of Eden. Ooh, that's so strange. I really transformed in somewhere else. I really transformed. It's incredible.
They're so jovial. What happened?
Those bad things, the bad characteristics, which are not totally bad, but undesirable, they kind of like faded.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't know it when I was doing it. It's only towards the end, just before it started to do count. I'm looking on both sides, and they kind of lost the body, kind of. It was still there, but kind of like
fading away.
Yeah, foggy, Like,
Have a seat. Enjoy the process.
That was incredible. And I still was aware of it.
You just didn't care.
Yet I was somewhere else. I knew that I'm in this room, yet I was somewhere else. Totally spaced.
I wouldn't say you were inner space.
That is amazing.
Right?
That is
half the room went with you.
Yeah.
They hijacked your trance, man.
Oh my God.
Right? So it's again, the
How
whole
that
idea.
can be.
Huh?
How that can be.
How can it? What?
Why you're here?
Why we're here.
I'm here.
Can we do this? You might want to have somebody walk you through it like I did with Charles if you want to. Or you can do it, as a self-trance process. Remember, the whole point behind all of these things is to give you the ability to do this stuff for yourself. But it's always kind of more fun having somebody guide you through it if you're not quite certain. Right? Go play.
This is called the graveyard.
This is called, it's a graveyard.
The garden.
Garden.
Well, I'll come up with a cool name like the Garden of Me.
Okay. I don't know why I was thinking graveyard. Maybe
The statues.
the ones that lose the power.
The process is called disidentification. I stole that directly from Russian sports psychology. But the actual technique, that's my version. So. Remember, anything we disidentify with, we gain power over. So what we're doing is allocating what we want to be active and pulling the plug on the things we don't.
On this one, in the gray room, you didn't really have to know what characteristic it was. On this one, though, sometimes you kind of have a feeling, I don't like glutton meat, I want healthy meat.
Let's make a distinction between what gray room does versus what this does. The garden deals with personality, deals with aspects and behaviors and belief systems that are, as a whole, integrated into a sub-personality within us that operate in certain contexts. So it takes the energy out of it and says, no, put it here. Gray room deals with experiences, beliefs, things that are less than positive, feelings, right? Which are often ramifications of those personalities, or the activities of those personalities. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they can be used for the same thing. Don't get me wrong, but in this context, we're focusing on very different aspects of ourselves.
But I mean, you know that the name in the gray room, you didn't have to know what. You just knew it wasn't something you didn't want. But in this one, when you're changing, do you just see an energy that you like, or do you know this is taking it from the gluttony and then putting it into the healthy?
You don't have to know, but it always helps to know what you want to change, right? Because this can be very specific. If there's a part of your, we're kind of like, we deal with people who like to eat. There's a glutton part of us that just wants to eat and eat and eat and eat. When we go in, we find that glutton part, and we pull the energy out of it, and we put it somewhere more useful, right? Can you just go in and just go by what feels good and what doesn't? Sure. But if the thing that you really kind of want to identify it and make sure it's something that you want more of, right? Because if you happen to be like addicted to heroin and this is your addict self, well, you may not be wise to put more energy into that, right? So it probably helps to have a basic idea of what it's related to. There's a part of you that always knows anyway, right? But you can be very vague with it if you want. I wasn't specific with Charles. He knew what he wanted to change. He found
I was not even using some super negative things, you know. For when I go among the friends or places and we get into some discussion, I get boisterous, you know, and talk and this and they relax, man. I'm relaxed. I'm just like into it, right? And it's not good.
Right.
It's just a little bit too much. So I was looking at that guy, and now what am I going to do with it? Where that could be useful? And then I'm thinking about the discussion we had at lunch. I said, well, why don't I put it in this little writer here and have him to grow? So I took that and put it there, and he got a little bigger. Not huge, but bigger.
You could just keep reallocating and put it where
So I was trying to not to choose more of those little stuffs there and concentrate on the two most important things to me.
Yeah.
I was since young age I developed just kyphosis, and I go like this. So my ultimate goal
well, your whole posture changed.
is to stand straight and be my 6'1". And because of that, I went to gym and built the chest to fill this cavity here, right? I still have the chest kyphosis, but when I stay straight and I build some muscles, then it doesn't show so much.
Right.
So I took some of the other energy, I don't remember what it was now, and put it into this guy, and then he grew.
Yep.
And I stood up straight with that.
There you go.
So it was not necessarily putting evil in good. It's just some of the less useful things. You know, we still do not totally bad, but they're not
Many
useful.
times there are just aspects of our persona we never use, but they have an energetic charge. So if we know we never use them, why waste the energy? Put it where they'll do the most good. You could just have gone in and find that part of yourself that procrastinates, that procrastinator. Charles, go. Slam that into the writer and watch what happens.
I got to use this one. This was so blissful. They actually had a space. There wasn't a big garden, but had a limits. I could almost like tell you how big it was.
How cool is that? All right, go play with this, guys. It's 3:15. So I have a couple more I want to share with you, but again, 3, 3, and 3. Change your life from the inside out. You can enjoy it. You're just hanging out.
Oh yeah, I'm still revisiting.
Yes, when you came
I'm still
out,
holding the gate open.
it was like overwhelming for me even to watch you when you came out. It was a release for you, and it was a release for all of us.
I didn't see any of it.
You saw all of it, brother. All right.